thank you very much for the opportunity to appear here tonight. I'm Chris Smith. I'm running for City Council, position number 1. I came to this region about 20 years ago. I came here following a job. Tektronix gave me a position out here, and that led me to this region. And I figured I'd be here a couple years and then head back to the East Coast. And instead, I absolutely fell in love with this region and with Portland. And ever since, I've been working to make it better. I met my sweetie. We bought a house. We settled down with her 2 kids. And ever since then, I've been working to make my neighborhood more livable, to make neighborhoods all over Portland more livable. I've been working to create sustainable transportation choices here in Portland. I've been working to make our government more open and transparent. I've been working to make Portland better. And that's what I intend to do on City Council. I am running to make Portland more sustainable. I look at the whole world and try and understand what that means for Portland. And what I see are the twin threats of global warming and peak oil. And I ask 2 questions. One is, how can we protect Portland from the impacts of those things? And second, how can we turn that into an opportunity for Portland? And the answer is sustainability. Portland already has a tremendous lead in sustainability. As a city commissioner, I'm going to take that to the next level. We will make sure that Portland still has good, clean water, that we have an energy economy that is less dependent on foreign energy sources than other comparable cities around the country. And then we'll take that and we'll create an industry cluster built off that knowledge that we've developed here. We'll sell that to other cities in the United States and around the world, and we'll create good, clean jobs here in Portland from that. So my platform for sustainability is environmental sustainability, social sustainability, where we make sure that we don't squeeze out the middle class, as is happening in other cities. Instead, we create good jobs with good benefits, and then develop affordability strategies so that families can still afford to raise kids here in the city. And then finally, sustainability in our civic institutions. I've worked within the neighborhood system. I know that part of what makes Portland so great is the civic engagement and citizen participation here in Portland. I very much want to sustain that. The neighborhood system is 30 years old now. It's a little bit tired. I think some of you probably had the opportunity to witness that. It's time for us to reinvest and reinvigorate the neighborhood system, and at the same time create new institutions that allow newer, more diverse communities in Portland to get plugged into the power structure and be part of that conversation on how we govern ourselves so we create a better city. So that's my platform, and I would be delighted to take your questions. Yes?
Portland wants to build a bridge for $4.2 million. Would you rather, in your opinion, would that money be better spent expanding the boundaries of Portland, keeping people in Oregon?
Let me just correct you, because it's $4.2 billion, not $4.2 million. And that is as much as we will spend on transportation in the whole region in 10 years. And I think that is, as it's designed now, a very poor investment. There are much better things we can do with our money, because the major effect of that bridge, well, one of the motivations is to keep freight flowing across the river, and that's a good thing, but there are other ways to do that. The major effect would be to allow more people to commute from Clark County into Portland. And I would much rather help create affordable housing here in Portland so the people who work here can afford to live here, and maybe help create some jobs over on the Vancouver side so people who live there can work there too, rather than put money into what essentially is just a bridge that will double the number of commuters from Clark County and therefore increase greenhouse gases and global warming. So it looks to me like an investment in the wrong direction. Jim?
Can you define sustainability for us?
Sure. Sustainability is not taking more out of the world than it can replace and not dumping more back in than it can absorb.
Thank you.
Terry?
I agree.
All my old friends are here.
Yes. Well, I live in this neighborhood. Sustainability to me means also financial self-sustainability. So instead of, right now, Portland has a debt of about $7,000 per capita for every woman, man, and child. How do you propose to cap that debt, maintain that debt, control that debt, and make the users pay for the new systems that you want to put in? Financial self-sustainability.
Well, I think you asked 2 questions there, Terry. One is, can we afford the debt we have? And the bond rating agencies say that we can. And the question is, do we pay for new investments with user fees, or do we do it as citizens where we all invest in the common good? And I know you're very much a proponent of the user fee model. I have a little more faith in the common good. I suspect I'm out of time, so I'm going to stop there. Thanks.